On October 13, 1992, 7-year-old Dantrell Davis was being walked to Jenner Elementary Academy of the Arts, which was literally 100 feet from his apartment building at 502 West Oak Street in the Cabrini Green housing project, by his mother, Annette Freeman. Sadly, he would not make it. The shot was fired from a neighboring Cabrini Green high-rise at 1157 to 59 North Cleveland, which was known by residents as the Snake Pit because it was a MC or a Mickey Cobra building. The building that Dantrell lived in was a Vice Lord building. In the days before the shooting, gunfire had been exchanged between the two gangs, according to detectives. A witness said that shots came from a 10th floor apartment about 300 yards from where Dantrell died. The vacant apartments were frequently used by gangs. In apartment 1001, police found two .33 caliber casings. Witnesses also told police the nickname of a person that umpired in Cabrini Green by the name of Anthony Garrett. Approximately 5 hours after the shooting, police allegedly had their man, 33-year-old career gangbanger Anthony Garrett. Garrett had done a stint in the Army where he specialized, yet didn't excel, in marksmanship. In 1981, Garrett was charged but not convicted in the sniping shooting of Calvin Macklin, a rival gang member, inside of a stairwell at the 1159 North Cleveland building. At the time, 22-year-old Garrett told police that he was chief of his gang and boasted that he had maybe 90 soldiers. In 1984, Garrett served a 6-month prison sentence for an aggravated assault charge. In 1985, Garrett was charged for unlawful use of a weapon in another sniping shooting, which luckily no one was injured in. When Garrett was arrested for the shooting of Dantrell, he was on bond awaiting a ruling by the Illinois Appellate Court in another weapons case for a gun found by police during a sweep of Cabrini in 1991. Between 1976 and 1987, Garrett was convicted 9 times. 6 of those 9 charges were weapons-related firearm charges. Of these charges, the only prison sentence that he received was for a 1987 illegal use of weapons charge. The following is from Anthony Garrett's official police report. The morning after Garrett was taken into custody, he was read his Miranda rights and made a statement to the police. Garrett stated that at about 9 a.m. on the day of the shooting, he went to the 10th floor of the 1157 building where his gang kept a loaded AR-15 rifle. He went there because the rival gang had shot at some senior citizens who lived in the building that his gang controlled. He had a clear view from the apartment of the 502 building, which the rival gang controlled. He saw members of the rival gang standing outside the building and fired 2 to 3 rounds at them. He hit Dantrell. He fled the apartment building, stopping on the 8th floor where he gave the rifle to a young gang member who got rid of it. When asked whether or not anyone ordered him to do the shooting, Garrett referred to the king or president of his gang. A former assistant state's attorney testified that he met with Garrett in the police station on October 14, 1992. LaFleur prepared a written statement. Garrett read the statement, made some corrections, initialed them, then signed each page of the statement. In his written statement, he specifically stated that he intended to shoot members of the rival gang for revenge. He also stated that the rifles were loaded with the same ammunition that police found at the scene of Dantrell's shooting. Later, Garrett wanted to recant his statement, claiming he was beaten and forced to sign the confession. Ultimately, Garrett was sentenced to 100 years in prison for the murder. The shooting allegedly led to a gang truce that, according to Annette Freeman, Dantrell's mother, lasted for years. It has also been alleged that the murder of Dantrell Davis led to Cabrini Green being eventually torn down. I don't believe that that is being entirely true. The mismanagement from the CHA, along with other mitigating factors, played as much of a role in the demise of Cabrini Green as did the gang violence. Let's focus on the gang violence first. Dantrell was the third Jenner Elementary Academy of the Arts student to succumb to gang violence that year in 1992. On March 8, 1992, 13-year-old gangster disciple Rod Nell Dirty Rod Dennis, who lived at 364 West Oak in the GD-controlled building, got a gun from the gang's hiding spot and went downstairs where he knew vice lords would be. Dennis shot in the direction of the vice lords, yet missed all of them completely and hit 9-year-old Anthony Felton in the upper torso. Anthony fell about 15 steps away from where Dantrell would later fall. Anthony was also rushed to Children's Memorial Hospital, where he unfortunately transitioned at 5:35 p.m. Dennis was later sentenced to 39 years and did 20. He was released in 2012. This murder could have also been a factor in why Cabrini had to come down. On Thursday, July 23, 1992, 15-year-old Laquanda Evans was walking to the store to get some milk. As she stood in front of the store at Larrabee and Hobby Street, she was unfortunately shot and killed. The shooter in Laquanda's case was never identified. Police speculate the shot most likely came from the upper floor at the 1117 North Cleveland building, referred to by residents as Snipe Tower, aka the Castle. Then, 82 days later, Dantrell was gunned down. This murder could have also very well caused enough outrage to close down Cabrini Green, right? Cabrini Green shifted from a mixed, largely Italian neighborhood to a predominantly black one due to racist urban renewal policies in the 1940s and 50s that cleared Italian homes for segregated public housing while simultaneously offering whites FHA loans for suburban homes, which created concentrated poverty and racial isolation in the new projects, which turned a diverse area into a black ghetto. Physical decay was also offered as a reason for the demolishment of Cabrini Green, but that responsibility would be solely on the CHA and the city to have maintained. I am in no way suggesting that the CHA alone are responsible for the actions of some of its residents. But if the CHA had moved to find solutions earlier, some deaths could have been more than likely avoided. But if we're being honest, the violence gave the city license to close down Cabrini Green and gentrify that prime Chicago real estate. Every innocent death is tragic, and the deaths of these babies drew national attention not only to the community's safety and terrible housing conditions of Cabrini Green, it also helped to frame violence and neglect as a catalyst for gentrification. Rest in peace to every innocent victim.